Hello. Hello. All right.
Public clouds. That's why Ubuntu is everywhere. Did you know it is also the foundation for all Kubernetes public cloud distributions? GKE, EKS, and AKS all offer the Ubuntu kernel for maximum cloud performance. That's why Canonical, the publisher of Ubuntu, understands and cares about Kubernetes. We already support Kubernetes on public and private cloud with Charmed Kubernetes. When it comes to the edge, scale, size, and accessibility of resources bring new challenges for Kubernetes. That's why we introduced MicroK8s, a lightweight, production-grade, conformant Kubernetes. MicroK8s can run anywhere, from a developer's workstation to the edge and IoT appliances, and supports both Intel and ARM architectures. Use it as a single node or multi-node cluster. And remember, if you join 3 or more nodes together, MicroK8s will automatically become highly available. With MicroK8s, you do not need to worry about maintaining your remote, resource-constrained nodes, thanks to its zero-ops experience, minimal footprint, over-the-air updates, and security fixes. Want to test your containers? Use MicroK8s to get a Kubernetes in under 60 seconds. This means you can have Istio, Prometheus, Grafana, and all your business applications up and running in under a minute. MicroK8s packs the most sensible defaults for your Kubernetes, and you don't need to configure anything. Incredible, isn't it? Available on all major Linux distros, Windows, and Mac, MicroK8s gives users the freedom to run Kubernetes on any OS they choose, with no VM and no cumbersome install process. MicroK8s is the easiest way to Kubernetes for developers and enterprises, making it a perfect fit for production. For countless use cases ranging from edge and IoT to AI ML or building CI/CD pipelines, MicroK8s deals with your cloud-native infrastructure so that you can focus on creating value for your business. Want to see for yourself? Take MicroK8s for a test drive today. Visit microk8s.io for instructions.
All right, I got one vote. Somebody actually voted. I'm just doing a little bit of research right now. I'm thinking about streaming and making a Kubernetes cluster out of some old Mac Minis that I have. I got 2 of them sitting here. They're like leftovers from my in-laws. They got new computers, and I don't have anything to do with them. So, just considering that I might take and put Ubuntu on them and install MicroK8s. I feel weird saying that. To me, it's MicroK8s, but whatever. MicroK8s. Yeah, I'm going to install that and try to turn it into a multi-machine cluster, so that way I can do one. I always thought it'd be cool to have to have my own Kubernetes cluster, and then 2, I think it would be useful for doing like tutorials and things like that. I really want to do like some deeper dive Kubernetes stuff, CI/CD automation, and I also think I'm going to do some stuff on Keycloak, because Keycloak is a really cool like auth system, and it's totally free, and it's something I could do a demo on without having to pay a ton of money. And I don't think a lot of people know a whole lot about it. So just it's a cool app for trying to set up authentication for microservices or really anything. And I know a whole bunch about it because I actually set it up for the company I work for, and we got like several 100,000 users that use it on a regular basis, and we've put it through the ringer. Keycloak's definitely a beast, that's for sure, and trying to get it to run on Kubernetes was interesting. I'm not sure it was really designed to run that way in the first place, but that's what we ended up doing. And it worked out pretty well. I mean, overall, we're still running it now. Just in case nobody knows what I'm talking about. And I don't even know if anybody's on the stream right now, so is what it is. But this is Keycloak. Open source, OpenID Connect, and SAML service. It's a Java application, and it's essentially consumer identity and access management. Although you could use it for internal like company stuff too, but we use it for consumer stuff where I work, and it works great. We don't have any problems. Well, the only problem that we have with it is upgrading it on a regular basis, because every single upgrade is a major release, which is a pain in the butt. But either way, just trying to plan some stuff out here and seeing how well this whole streaming setup actually works. I got the lights going and the camera going and the music running in the background, I think. The problem is it's really hard to tell exactly how it sounds for other people, because I'm on the other side with the headphones on, and I can hear what's coming through the headphones, but there's 2 separate mixes. And so just trying to get an idea of what other people are hearing, if anybody's even willing to come and listen to me babble on for no reason at all right now. Back on the Keycloak topic, I'm not sure that they even... I think there was a Keycloak Kubernetes operator, but I don't know that it's like kept up to date. I know that we don't use it. Created our own Helm chart. It's hard to tell when it was last updated. Maybe there's a way to figure it out by... I don't know if I can go to... It says it's on Operator Hub. I don't know what OLM is. Operator Lifecycle Manager. Okay, well, here we go. Apparently, this is just a way to install operators. Any of you on here, if you're interested in this topic or know much about Kubernetes operators, feel free to leave something in the chat. Yeah, okay, so Keycloak operator. Oh, version 1902, channel alpha. Okay, so it is. It's kept up to date. I guess I'd like to see... Oh, here's what the code. Okay. Keycloak, Keycloak Realm, Keycloak User, Keycloak Client, Keycloak Backup. So I wonder what's part of Keycloak Realm. I've never actually used this this operator. So it's got Authenticator. Hold on, let's go back to the top here. So defines the state of a Keycloak realm. And then you can define the realm and all of that. Okay, so access token lifespan, account theme, admin console, authentication flows, brute force protection. I'm looking specifically here if it gets into the nitty-gritty about like role mappings and composite roles and stuff, because that's where we ran into problems, was that it was just not quite there when it came to like really more advanced stuff. Composites. Yeah, no, it's in here. That's interesting. Maybe we'll look into this. Hey, Chiba. Yeah, I agree with that. Sometimes the best way to do it is just to try it out. It's interesting because I think when I first looked at this, which was over like 2 years ago at this point, it was definitely not here. So we went a different route and we didn't install the operator. And now I'm wondering, should I go back? Should I try this thing? I think it makes sense to give it a shot, right? Although, man, just looking at this one CRD, this is a beast. I would love to see. I wonder if they have examples of the custom resources, just so I could see it, so it's not like the schema. Is there any examples in here? Oh, you know what? That's it. That's the problem. That's why I didn't want to do it. So this is built on the Wildfly distribution. So Keycloak recently switched to Quarkus, and I'm not a Java guy. I honestly, like, I hate the language. But the Quarkus version of it is much easier to use. It starts up way faster, that's for sure. And so I didn't want to grab this and use it because it's running on something that's old. Like, I don't know if there's a version of this that's like, is there a... Okay, this operator is deprecated and will reach EOL with Keycloak 20. Consider migrate... Oh. RTFM. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. So why does this look like not nearly as much stuff as the other one? That's confusing to me. I don't know. There's no way I'm getting into this right now. Like I'm literally just testing my audio equipment. I wasn't expecting this to even go this long. How long have I been on here? I don't even know where to find that. This is like my first time ever turning on the streaming thing. Yeah, so like a half an hour. Okay. So I've been doing this for like a half an hour. There's no way I'm gonna like go install Keycloak right now in this. I'm literally like, I've got maybe another 15 minutes in me before I have to go run a bunch of errands and stuff. Anyway, just talking about some things that I might want to do in the future, and maybe not, and not just might. Like literally, I'm gonna set up this Keycloak, or sorry, this. I'm gonna set up this Kubernetes cluster using these old Mac Minis, and they're like right over here. I keep looking at them, but you can't see them. Anyway, I have them sitting over here, and the reason that I haven't done it yet is because I'm waiting for an HDMI capture card to come in the mail, so I can, as these minis are going through like the restart cycle, I'll be able to like capture the screen and continue to show what's going on with them, because I'm going to have to go through the process of like installing an operating system on both these, because they're running Mac OS, and I'm not going to keep Mac OS because these are old, and they actually, if I remember correctly, they still have spinning disks in them, and that's what makes them terribly slow. So I'm gonna try to just throw Ubuntu on here and see if it makes it faster, because it's got to. I mean, Mac OS is a dog when it doesn't have like all the stuff that Apple expects you to have or whatever. So we're just gonna go with it and install Ubuntu on here, and then get it running, make it a Kubernetes cluster. And then if it still sucks, then maybe I'll pull the hard drives out and switch them out for SSDs. I don't have the little screwdriver that's necessary. Like Apple has all kinds of security crap on here that I gotta like take apart. I might just like jam a screwdriver in there and try to get it off of there, or order the kit or whatever, but that's just more waiting. But either way, that's what I'm planning on doing first off, and mainly it's just because it's a progression, right? I want to progress through setting up a Kubernetes cluster, and because I'm going to use the cluster later, and so I might as well just like make a video out of it. And I figure the streaming stuff, I don't know, it just makes way more sense to me. When I try to record things, I like, seriously, if I screw up, if I flub a word or whatever, I'll like stop and start over again. It takes forever, and it's just kind of useless. I'm sure you can tell if you've watched any of my other videos, like that stuff is super like, I write the whole thing and then I read it, and it's not really my style, to be honest with you. Like I'd much rather just be talking, and I think I'm decent at it. So yeah, I think like I'm just going to start like recording stuff as I'm doing it. And yeah, it might suck, and I might like burn through a bunch of time doing it, but what the hell? Like that's part of the deal, right? Like sometimes doing things with tech or whatever, it sucks and you can't do it right and the whole thing falls apart, but it's all about solving the problem. So why not just do it and see if anybody's interested in watching? At least that's my thought on it. Okay. I think that's about all I got. I'm not gonna like hang out here much longer. I think I got what I needed. I appreciate it for those of you that showed up. Chiba, the only person to actually like, comment. That's super cool. Appreciate that. What's that? Good luck with the minis. I think SSD wouldn't hurt. Oh, and I guess the Keycloak operator thing is just too new at this point. Yeah, I mean it's funny because they switched to the Keycloak operator thing, like Keycloak switched to Quarkus 3 versions ago, and it just doesn't look like, I mean, this operator's here. I've never even used it. And what's weird about this is it starts talking about JDK, and like, I'm not 100% positive what installing an operator has anything to do with JDK and Maven and stuff. So that's just something I'm gonna have to figure out. Anyway, yeah, thanks for stopping by and commenting, and thanks for those of you that voted. I really appreciate it. It sounds to me like at least my setup is working the way I would expect. I got decent lights and you know, everything else. Although I do see like my video glitching out here and there. Is there? yeah, 1.2 thousand issues on. Oh, but this is on Keycloak. This is like the whole project. So yeah, that's a drag. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I'm getting sidetracked, but I appreciate everybody stopping by and, like, you know, talking to me while I'm going through this. I'm gonna end the stream and I'm just gonna go back and kind of watch the replay and see how bad it glitched out, see if my internet sucks, whatever. But thanks a lot for just stopping by and dealing with me while I mess with my settings. Have a good one.